Hey everybody, welcome once again to Covens and Cauldrons, a Casters and Castles show here on the Casters and Castles channel. I mean, you know what you're here for. Everybody knows what you're here for. Hey everybody, I'm Pyrotechnix, and I'm joined by these wonderful people as we are going to bring you some fun face shenanigans tonight in our game. But before we get into it, I do want to go round table as per usual and have everybody introduce themselves. Mr. Boopasaurus, you are up first, and I'm really trying hard not to stare at that cursed image you've chosen for your background.
We're a chimera. Look at us.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not Legion, it's Chimera.
Yeah, we are a chimera.
Nina?
Pet the dog. Anyway, so any Hades players out there?
Oh, I thought you were going, when you said chimera, I thought you were going like Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm like...
Oh, that's where I was going.
God.
No,
Anyway,
not
okay,
that
I'm
one.
going back on the track.
Oh, no.
I'm going back on the track. So my name is Boop. I play Hauld Thir, and I got to ride a dragon last campaign, and that's all I can kind of think about. That was pretty cool. I almost got it on the ground with shape water, which was awesome. And yeah, still just kind of figuring out my backstory. I didn't, unlike some people in our party, I don't know who my parents are.
Oh,
So
me too.
still trying to figure out what happened there and why they kept all that from me in the first place.
Well, there you go. All right, that's one heck of an introduction. I think somebody that could follow it up, though, is going to be Ehloanna.
So hi, I played Ninkasi. I am the Water Genasi cleric, and I am the one with parents. I know that's extremely rare for adventurers. Pyrrha did try to kill them in the first session, but they're still alive. It's fine. I do have parents still.
Gnolls are very, very deadly
They're
to
tricky.
the untrained untrained adventurer, and your parents travel
Millions
very
of
far
people
out of
die
safety.
every year.
Gnoll
Yes,
attacks very
they
common
do,
to notice fail.
Gnolls. Yes, very much so.
Just saying.
But yeah, so that is me. Trying not to kill Hauld with my attacks to make him also dead on top of his parents being shitty people. So.
All right, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast.
Oh yeah, I killed the dragon that Hauld was riding, so that's good. I play a Harengon rogue named Curly, who is just unhinged, probably because she doesn't have parents. I mean, she has two dads, but it's a hard life growing up in a carnival. She ran away to the circus. It's fine.
It's fair. Yeah, like it's it's very like Kirby, adorable but will stab you.
Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of the whole vibe I'm getting out of Curly for sure.
She attack, but she also protect, but mostly attack.
But yeah. So many knives.
Extremely true. Extremely true.
Extremely true.
All right.
Got the knives.
How about our very poetic bard, Lynclair and Khroen?
Hello, I'm Khroen. I play a human bard named Leo. Leo does also have parents. They haven't come up yet, and maybe never will. Maybe will. We'll see.
But you have them. That's the important thing.
That's the important
Do
part.
have them, yes. They do exist. They are living, probably. I mean, I left home, I guess. They could be all dead. Who knows? But yeah, does like poetry. We'll spit some bars over the course of the day, probably. So yeah, that's Leo.
Excellent. Last but certainly not least, Mr. KenobiCasts.
Hi, yeah, I play Kaza. My parents are, I think, dead, actually. I'm not sure, based on the visions that Pierre has been giving my character, I'm pretty sure Kaza's the emo one in this group. So, yeah, but he's the one who helped put Hauld onto the dragon so that he could ride it for then Curly to kill it. So, he's kind of a cog in the machine as much as he doesn't like to be, reps the Marxists, but like, this is fine. He just goes along with it.
But he's going to help us seize the means of production.
Of course. You have to do that. Start a revolution.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that is our crew. What they are doing is, I think, anyone's guess, to be honest, because in between attempting to start revolutions, they've also murdered a shockingly large amount of people, and most recently disposed of a red dragon wormling that was guarding quite a lot of treasure down there underneath the Brigand's Tollway.
Our treasure now.
If you are wondering what the heck that's all about, maybe go back and start from the beginning. We have all of our VODs up at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/castersandcastles. If I'm wrong about that exact URL, then correct me, gnomes, but I think we're good. Also,
it's on the below section.
Pretty sure it's
below the
down
stream.
there. It's just look down there. You'll be able to find it for sure. In addition, you can also support the show in a number of ways if you would like. Using channel points, you can add things like healing boosts or impose advantage or disadvantage as per all casters and castles shows. And if you see at the bottom, there is a sub goal that we have that every sub counts towards what we like to call an act of God, where once we hit a benchmark, about 10, and then every 10 afterwards, an increasingly bonkers thing, very randomly determined.
Increasingly bonkers.
Extremely random.
Extremely
Yeah, very random.
And then there's like a little, down
Very
the bottom,
random.
it's just boggles all the time.
Yeah, definitely not just boggles.
Increasingly
Can we call
increasingly
it active boggles for this show?
Active bog, yeah. There have been a lot of boggles, but that is only for the 10 tier. Everything after that gets increasingly ridiculous, and every 10 subs will get that. In fact, you can also directly purchase one through our Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/casters and castles. In addition to a number of other shows, you can also straight up buy the Acts of God for, and they will be redeemed in the next session. So that is about it for all of our wonderful housekeeping, all of those things. And let's go ahead and get into tonight's session. When we last left off, our heroes, who are, at least for the time being, calling themselves Bloodbath and Beyond, I think a very adequate name. There was a battle going on in the cavern underneath the stump of Brigand's Tollway. The red wormling was, for the moment, subdued and charmed by Hauld, who managed to get onto its back with the help of Kaza as it took off and flew around the cavern, breathing fire and snapping its jaws at anything it could get within reach. Among those things, Sir Talavar was swallowed whole and spit back out into the water, which prompted Ninkasi to make a quick aquatic rescue.
Saved him.
He did. Hauld attempted to freeze the dragon's wings while on its back, but ended up falling off into the water as the attacks were a little bit all over the place. Kaza and Curly pulled off a chubby bunny maneuver, which for the uninitiated means Kaza just completely chucked Curly at the dragon. But it ended up kind of leaving you hanging there, Curly, and as you were holding on to the sword that was impaling the dragon's leg, Leo and Kaza managed to come to the space you were hanging by, and Ninkasi as well, to save you, everyone dropping back into the boat. And, of course, in the meantime, Leo had also knocked out a fleeing Agden Longscarf, clearly hoping that this battle was going to give him enough cover to get out of harm's way. While that was all going on, a number of boggles, seemingly out of nowhere, popped up once again, and things were starting to look a little bit dire, when suddenly a raft full of satyrs burst in through the overhanging entrance, and with their help, you were able to finally slay the dragon and claim its treasure for yourselves. Among other things, Curly, you grabbed a dragon's scale, and Kaza a tooth. Kaza started skinning the dragon's scales for some new armor, and you found a number of items as well as a significant sum of copper, silver, and gold pieces scattered about the cavern. And that night, as you had cleared out just about everything in the tollway, a party was had. The surviving Harengun renounced their thieving ways. Agden was deposed and hogtied. The satyrs explained that they had been searching for their lost leader, Vansel, who you had partied with previously. And after a rowdy night, one by one, you all dropped off to sleep. And that is where we will pick ourselves up. So first things first, those of you that have not, please go ahead and give yourselves a long rest. We will get right into the first thing of the night. I've got a roll to make.
Long rest, woo!
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do this.
Now I've got spells again to kill you guys with.
Okay. All right. First thing to start. This is interesting. Let's see.
I don't know how I feel about interesting.
Yeah, it's
Well,
it's a
Well,
thing.
so confirm
Don't
we're
worry
all still
about
level
it.
3,
Don't worry.
correct?
It's all good. It's all good.
Are we all still level 3?
You are all still level 3.
Okay.
Level 5, you said? Oh, don't mind if
Hey,
wait, hold on,
nah,
hold on,
that's
hold on.
Level 6?
Yeah,
Ah,
right,
got
right,
it.
Oh, we're level 20? Oh shit.
Facing a mutiny in my group. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So, as you are resting, Hauld, you find yourself floating and kind of existing in sort of a weightless space. At first, it feels kind of like, ooh, maybe you just had a little too much to drink. But things start to clear up a little bit, where once there was just kind of like this nothingness, you start to see a familiar meadow, field, where you first met your patron after being nearly killed by a roving pack of gnolls. Seems to be a bit of a theme for you, actually, but as you reflect on your many narrow brushes with death, behind you, you feel a presence and hear a voice. Well, it's been a little while. I thought I'd check in. How are things going?
Hello? Hello? I don't... Who is that?
The voice is familiar to you, and you seem to remember... Not a name, because I don't think you ever actually asked for one.
I'm so bad at that.
But you wheel around, and this familiar figure, about half a head above you, above your height, flowing golden hair, and with sort of that amused smile on her face, stands this very, very imposing, but almost like not through her power, but through this very clear, like, charismatic, confident way that she's holding herself. You felt this before, and she looks at you. Curiously, she's wearing a very, like, thick black veil that only drops to about her nose, so you actually can't see her eyes. And it's kind of a strange fashion statement, but the smile is unmistakable as she looks at you and goes, Hauld, surely you recognize your patron.
I definitely recognize, like, the way it feels, and then I compliment on the mask. Like, that's an interesting choice, my lady, for a covering.
Yes, it's a new fashion piece I'm trying. Do you like it?
It depends. Where are you going? What's the story behind the piece?
Anywhere I would like to go, but that's not why I'm here today.
Okay.
I'm here to check in with you because we need to talk.
I knew this day would come.
And what day is that?
The day that we would need to talk. I've been waiting for you this whole time.
I see. So, you've made it to Prismere. You're beyond my sight at the moment. I am aware of this, but I'm still wondering if you've been able to find my friend. Have you seen Zybilna yet? She should have appeared by now.
I think we know where she is, but we haven't found her just yet.
She hasn't appeared?
There's been a lot going on over here. There's been a woman named Bavlorna who is trying to keep her away, and it doesn't seem like Zybilna's really around to do anything about it.
Are you telling me that Prismere is under some sort of attack or a spell?
I mean, it seems like there's definitely some, I think what they said was separation, or like a separation of worlds. Like, there's no Zybilna.
What?
No one's really been seeing her.
She's gone.
Not
me she's not
completely,
there.
But we think we know where she is.
That seems completely impossible. But once you find her,
why would that be impossible?
Well, she's powerful, and why would she allow herself to be put in such a compromising position? And splitting her land, that doesn't make any sense. It certainly doesn't sound like the Zybilna I know.
So what should we do?
Your mission remains the same. You can find her, then you pass along my message.
And can you remind me of what that message is again? A lot has happened.
Of course. Of course. And it's fine, because it's changed a little bit anyways. Some new developments have happened. If she would be so kind as to get back in touch, let me know how she's been, because I could use some friends right now, and
Aww.
I miss her, and
Aww.
I would very much like to have her opinion on a matter of things that I am currently involved in.
Ooh,
Yes.
that sounds sexy.
Oh, everything I do is sexy. Hold.
That's
notes.
true. That's true. I take
Yes,
after you, that's for
absolutely.
sure. But I'll make sure to share the message and make sure that I try to reach you. How can I reach you if we do find her?
Yes, about that. She takes from her side, like kind of like almost in like a little holster. There is a wand that is, as you look at it, as she pulls it forth, it kind of clashes with her vibe a lot. Like, it's this long black piece of rowan wood that has kind of like a red tip on the end of it that almost looks like it's been dipped in like wax or blood or something. It's kind of got a bit of a creepy look, almost a bit gothic. And the moment you see it, you kind of almost like instinctively want to step back. It feels like powerful, but also kind of bad, kind of negative. And it's just it's so weird to see her carrying this, because you don't usually get that vibe from her, kind of. But she gives it a bit of a wave, and all of a sudden you feel a weight land into your hands, and you look down, and there is a book, very large, like grimoire, with a... What is Hauld's favorite flower, out of curiosity?
A sunflower.
There is a sunflower motif on the front, kind of embossed leather. And it lands into your hands with sort of like a thump, and she goes, "That will help you out. If you need to get in contact, there's always information on how you can reach out to me, and also it might give you a little bit more power if you need. If Sibylna truly is missing, you probably will need all the help you can get." I heard you made friends too, by the way.
I have like a crew of people. One of them rhymes. One of them throws stuff. One of them, I don't know if they like me or not. Twice they've almost killed me. Another one doesn't have a great use of language, but does have a breadth of emotion that I appreciate. And yeah, they're all awesome.
Sounds like an adventuring party.
It sure does. We're actually called Bloodbath and Beyond.
She kind of just for a second, you see the faintest twitch of a smile, and then she gets weirdly serious and goes, "Be careful with those people."
That's mysterious. Anyone
Adventurers
in
are
particular?
trouble. Trust me on this.
Okay. I pretend to understand what she's talking about. I'm probably trying to be really cool at this point, right? Yeah, I'll be I'll make sure to keep an eye out, and you're always number one, and you know that.
Well, of course. And that is why we just get along so well. Now, I just remembered, actually, I do heard from him in so long. If you happen, while you're still traveling around Prismere, I have another associate that I would like you to meet. He's a bit small.
Oh no.
A bit, and he's extra. Let's just say. Sir Talavar is his name.
No. Why would you ever need to see Sir Talavar?
Oh, so you have met?
Yes, we have.
Oh, excellent. How is he doing, the little fellow?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. We clash.
I see.
Is that the adventurer you want us to look out for?
No.
That's unfortunate.
He would call himself an adventurer, would he not?
He calls himself many things.
Yes, he loves titles. Really loves titles. But no, look, if you are working together, do your best to get along. You're working for the same person after all.
Okay, Mom.
I'm serious. He is not the most straightforward when it comes to what he actually needs to get done, but he is useful. And well, tell him to come back home. Really. He's been gone for a while. Now that I think about it.
I'll do that right away.
Right. Take care of that book, and yes, find Sybillna as fast as you can.
I'm on it.
That's a good boy. And the whole scene fades out. And you kind of like jolt awake, and it's still the middle of the night. And actually, Sir Talavar is like nestled up into like the side of you, like a very affectionate cat. He's just snoozing. He's kind of like in like a little bit of like a donut. Do you do anything?
Yeah. I wake him up immediately.
Are we under attack?
Emotionally, I think so.
I do not know how to defeat that particular foe, but point me at them.
So hey, man, I just wanted to just talk between you and me. Is that cool? Like serious.
What is it, Sir Hauld? What you need?
I just want you to know that we're working for the same person, and I just want to try to get along better with you, and I commit to helping you on your journey. Our goddess is really worried about why you've been gone for so long.
You have been in contact. You've been speaking to the Lady Neva.
I sure have. And she said some very nice things about you.
Well, she is very kind, I'm sure. She exaggerates all of my positive qualities.
Yeah, anyway, the main point here, man, is you haven't been back. Are you hiding from her, or are you hiding from something?
Goodness, no. I am merely attempting to find my way. That is why I am traveling with you wonderful people. I think having some friends is valuable at any time, but I do not know how to return. Not yet.
Well, she did tell me to look out for these adventurers, and they might not be trustworthy. So always keep an ear out, and you and me will work together to make sure that they stay our friends. And speaking of which way to go, I think the way forward is together, and I can't wait to work with you, Sir Talavar.
It has been and continues to be an utter pleasure, but I will unfortunately have to part company once I do find a way to return. I believe you have a different mission of sorts, yes?
Yeah, it's I gotta look for Sybillna. That's why I've been asking about her all this time.
Yes, that's right. Well, I can accompany you as far as the length and breadth of this particular land, but once I am able to find my way to return, probably at one of the borders, that may be it. But I have full faith and confidence in you and all of our wonderful friends. But if the lady thinks they are suspicious, do you think one of them is potentially working for one of her many rivals? Do you suspect?
I don't assume anything, but I think it's good to keep an ear to the ground and make sure that everything we're not assuming every time they speak it's the truth.
This is most troubling indeed. I do not wish to be long in the company of those who would deceive others, but if it is my lady's wish, I shall do it.
And when we start a handshake, we're going to come up with a special handshake.
Yes. What shall we do? Some sort of code, I see.
Yeah, like a little bit of Vogue.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a performance check for Sir Talavar.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets it after like 1 or 2 attempts. He seems like he's pretty good at it. So you guys develop your secret handshake that involves a fair bit of voguing.
Love it. Yeah, and so I just want to, she told me to try to get along with you, and I think I've been a little upfront with my emotions. And
But that is no worries. Hold, you are very much in touch with your own feelings, and that is a healthy state to be in. You must just watch yourself just a little bit in these lands, because outbursts of emotion can affect things around you. But it is one of the qualities that I very much admire in such a passionate person as yourself.
Well, Sir Talavar, maybe one day, if we go a long time and we journey on together, I'll tell you my real name.
I very much look forward to that day. Hold. And he just like winks like extra long.
I do it too, and then I go back to sleep.
He curls back up. Okay. Leo, as you are sleeping a bit fitfully, a memory comes back into your head. And you are looking at a scene that played out the night before you left home. It's your parents arguing in the drawing room. You see, from your vantage point, kind of hiding a bit around the corner, it seemed like there was a bit of an argument going on, a bit of a debate. Your father, Luca, just holding out a number of what looked to be important pieces of parchment, and just kind of like slapping at them in a bit of a gesture as he speaks to your mother, Addison. I don't know what we're going to do about this. It's so sudden, right? This what do they call this dragon? A Chardalon or something like that. Refugees are streaming into the Vale, and now we get these 3 invitations from the other kingdoms. I'm not sure what the best way forward is, and your mother, who's kind of leaning on the mantelpiece, is just like, we have to move very carefully if we are planning to do anything that doesn't involve the Duke and Duchess being our allies in the end. Do you actually want my advice, or do you just want to vent about this as always? Look, all I know is we've gotten allegiance offers from Vercinget, from Galadron, and from Lyteri. Something is happening out there. I don't have enough information, but the Duke is looking a little weak at the moment. His son's gone missing. That's his only heir. How long do you think that his line is going to endure? And if so many more of these refugees keep streaming in to the Vale and Romar gets overrun, we are going to need allies outside of the court. And that's about the time when your mom looks over and sees you peeking around the side and just goes, Leo, it's okay, you can come in.
Leo looks a little bit flustered and would walk in.
You look at both of your parents. Your mom has... Well, if you'd like to, you could describe the appearance of both of your parents. That is up to you. Whatever you say is correct.
Yeah, sure. I think Leo's mother would be probably around 5'8", slightly tan skin, long, probably like very, very dark brown hair. Definitely, they both would be always like, dressed up, fancy, noble attire.
Yeah, it's very fashionable.
Yeah.
In particular. How about your father?
Father probably think he has some background and probably some military stuff. Is a larger kind of like almost imposing figure, like 6'2".
Yeah.
A very like gruff kind of like aesthetic, but refined gruff,
Yeah, close cropped on the hair, definitely
Yeah.
has that bearing of somebody who doesn't really take a lot of time for anything outside of his main concerns. And he looks at you with a familiar look of disapproval. So I see
Yep.
you've added eavesdropping to your skill set, Leo.
I do what I can, of course. There's problems. I'm curious, maybe there's a way to help.
Perhaps you might be young, but perhaps this sort of crisis could use someone else's input. And since you are going to inherit one day, it's probably best you know what's going on. Recently, there has been a dragon attacking. I'm sure you've heard some of the rumors, but outside of the Veil, there have been reports of destruction, fires, things like that. And there are a large number of people currently streaming in to Romar and other settlements inside the Vale. And in the midst of it all, the Duke's son has gone missing. Now
The
we've
Duke's son? Do you
received.
think?
Oh, did you want to finish
No,
that thought?
sorry. Continue.
That's better. Now, we've received offers. Now, this is not to leave this room. Of allegiances from the neighboring kingdoms. Old Galadron. They have been at war for some time with the other three, Vercinget and Lyteri. Each of them, it seems, wants, I can only assume, as many of the Otisvale nobility as they can get their hands on. Now, this is a bit of a chance for us to potentially up our station, but only if we can keep this silent. If Duke Sovereign manages to catch a whiff of this, well, let's just say none of us will have our heads after that. But if we play it right, we could stand to inherit a lot more land. Now, what do you remember about the Three Kingdoms, Leo? Surely something must have sunk in from your lessons.
Yeah, what would Leo remember? I'm sure he remembers some of it, but probably not everything.
Yeah, you can make a history check for this.
Okay. This story. 16.
Yeah, y'all thought it was just gonna be battles. No, it's lore dumps today. Yeah, on a 16, that's a fairly decent roll. You know about the Three Kingdoms to some extent. Galadron is sort of like the old kingdom. It's a lot of like old money, a lot of like old loyalists. They have on paper the like most powerful magic and the most like monetary wealth, but they are very small in terms of space. What you remember is that recently their monarch died, the last heir of their line. So there is some power vacuum. You don't really know how that's shaken out though. It's very recent. The land with the kingdom with the most land is called Vercinget. They were like a very, very old kingdom that sort of managed to stay somewhat independent in their culture. And you don't really know what's happening there. You just know that it's a large landmass. And on paper, it sounds like a good deal as far as an allegiance goes, but you don't know anything recent. The last of the kingdoms is Lyteri, which is this old confederation that used to be like that used to be ruled by this like sort of pseudo governing body called the League of Chieftains. Now, what you do know on a 16 is that they actually aren't interested in forming like a full kingdom. They want to kind of create this group of affiliated city-states, silly states as well, but only once they've got the serious out of the way. So it's a lot of like trade agreements and things like that. And you don't really know what's come of that. Again, like a lot of this is like history and recent history with like the squabbles that have been going on between these three lands. And you know that your own land, Otisvale, has kind of been sort of pulled into that a little bit, but this whole deal with the dragon seems to have accelerated the process. So those are the things you get on a 16.
Okay. Leo would think for a moment and say, well, an allegiance with Vercinget, certainly if you're concerned about land, seems the most beneficial, but land isn't everything now, is it?
No, certainly not, and not if it's on fire. Apparently that's where the dragons settled down. It's hard to know. Even just possessing these letters puts us into a complicated position. Not that you would be much interested in letters based on your penmanship. And then at that, your mom like shoots like a very sharp look at him, and he kind of like twitches a little bit.
Leo just smiles through the pain.
Oh. Anyways, we'll decide in the morning. We don't have much time to move on this, but I appreciate your input. And you'll be informed, but do not mention this to anyone.
If I might, Father, a question before I depart?
Oh, go ahead.
These dragons, they're certainly going to keep everyone busy for a time, right? That's where, I mean, all of the attention should go from all of the kingdoms. This is the most pressing.
It's just the one dragon that we're aware of. But that's why they're searching for allies. As far as I can tell. Of course, the war's been going on for about 6 years now, but I think this dragon situation has changed the math a little bit. And they would like to find allies in the Vale. And if Romar is as weak as they suppose, which, well, let's be honest, without an heir, the Duke and Duchess are not going to be in power for that long. We need to position ourselves as well as we can.
Right. Thank you. And Leo give a little bow and leave the room.
Okay. That is the night that you leave home. And thinking a little bit about some of the geopolitical stuff that popped up right before you departed, you awake in the light of the morning. And you have all had a long rest.
Nice.
The day is yours.
Leo get up and good morning. It is time to rise and shine. A new day dawns upon us, and it is time to continue on. How are we all feeling? It's time. Wake up.
Over.
And Leo effortlessly catches her with one arm without even looking.
Boo!
Place her down.
What day of week is
It is bright and early Monday morning. It is time for a brand new week, brand new time. It is the best time.
No.
Yes, it
You
is.
can't make
Why do we follow the same calendar?
You look around you, by the way, and there are like still a bunch of passed out satyrs and a few herringuns. And
are there any bottles of liquid that are just like randomly somewhere?
Yeah, there's like
Oh god.
mostly
Kaza just
empty
takes the
bottles.
closest one and chugs it.
I'm gonna roll a d20 for me, please, Kaza.
Roll for piss.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, we all
Roll to break
probably
the
need a
seal.
Well,
really
okay,
bad.
yeah, and actually no, it's funnier if he doesn't care. What am I rolling? Just a d20?
Just a flat d20. This is a luck check.
Oh no, it's a 3.
Yeah. You realize about halfway through the half empty bottle, it's piss.
Oh no! Bear
Raise it
Grylls,
out.
no!
Kaza,
Oh.
no!
No!
That was mine! No!
Oh, you like this? Like hands it out.
No, that's from me. I made that.
Oh
We're
my
off to a
God.
start.
He just like
Kaza.
it takes Kaza like a few seconds to like process this, and then he just goes.
Yeah.
Throws it up.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
correct. Wow,
this-
I am I am awake
Why
now.
would you use perfectly good bottle for
Where else would I
Piss.
go, Kaza?
the floor?
You
Just
might
on the
try the
floor.
swamp. And you see from behind you, one of the satyrs kind of gets up, picks himself up.
Hold up, we are talking.
All right, there's no need
Kaza.
to yell.
Hold up, like, you know, a bitch finger, you know?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Having our moment.
All right, this is for the two of us. All right, there's no reciprocity here. Okay, Kaza, don't drink bottles because there might be piss in them.
This is nothing. So like when does bottle of alcohol become bottle of piss? When
After you sleep.
So if I put
equivalent
if I put vodka next to pillow and I go to sleep, it will become piss in morning.
If someone chooses to make that happen, yes.
Who chooses?
I did. Did you wake up?
You causes just like you see like the gears turning very slowly right now.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Well,
I
right
wake
now,
up.
but when I made the bottle, did you wake up?
No. What?
Exactly. I rest my case.
Oh, God.
Kaz, you have a little bit here. I'll get it actually. And Leo
It's sterile.
press
It's sterile.
vegetation. And just
I have
clean
a
up.
friend that's a bear that actually drinks it all the time. So
Oh, bears
Ew.
are strong. Okay, so
yeah,
so-
yeah.
okay.
Get
I
it, Bear Grylls.
okay.
Okay. Anyway.
How
Okay.
dare you.
Anyway, as I look around,
Kaza's still like
shifty-eyed-
just fucking. It's like the one
All right.
Charlie Day thing.
Okay, that's my pee, everyone. All right, that's also my pee over there. All right, so
You have a
those are
bladder
off
issue
limits.
too, as well as a sleeping issue.
The sleeping
How-
issue solved. All right,
Yeah,
I think
well-
it just rotates through my body.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Curly's just
we have the
tying her
bladder
ears
issue.
around her eyes and complaining about why it's so bright.
I didn't realize I was going to have to write down Hauld is incontinent in my notes.
It runs in the family. Okay.
He uses the bed at night. It's
With great
fine.
It
power.
runs in the- Hey, you know, sometimes when you sneeze, doesn't a little come out?
Sir Talavar, Sir
Always.
Talavar stretches awake and goes, I appear to be standing in some sort of liquid. Strange.
No.
You too. Well, the good thing is that our day can only get better from here. Curly, you have to see when we start walking, so you can untie
No!
your ears.
Somebody
Yes.
carry me.
I can do it. I can do it.
I
Curly,
open up my pouch.
Curly.
Kaza's going to basketball palm the top of Curly's head and put it into the pouch.
Put it into
Wait, my pouch or your pouch?
Your pouch.
Okay.
the.
I shut my pouch over you and pat it.
I'm drinking the rest of my pee. I'm just
Praise be.
kidding.
As you hop
Just
into the
kidding.
sack, one of the
Oh,
Harington that had renounced their ways last night kind of like skidded up and was like, wait, I was gonna do it. I was. Are
You
you
were gonna get my
are you
pouch?
okay? No,
Oh,
I was
yeah,
gonna help
you.
carry.
You denounced a lot of your ways last night.
Who's Carrie?
I was gonna carry Curly. If I can.
Ah,
You look down. This Harington is actually quite small.
it's okay. I like look down at him and I pat him on the head.
She actually, and she's like,
Oh,
okay.
she.
Is she gonna
Okay.
come out at some point? Cause like I want to see that trick with the knives again. It was really cool.
I'm sure when she feels a little bit better, she'll be back out.
Okay.
She sticks her head out of the pouch. Knives.
Do
Hey,
the
yeah.
trick.
You remember? You
Do
showed
the
me last
trick.
night. You showed me.
Do the trick.
I'm Adra. Remember?
Oh,
You did the knife thing.
Curly
Oh.
takes inventory of her 5 daggers and just to make sure they're all there. She just looks down.
we have offering for a knife game.
Oh,
child.
yeah! The
It's
apple on the head thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, we call that the shmushmorshin because it takes a small child.
Yeah,
So
I
I can
can't-
only hit it on a small child.
I can't say that.
What?
I couldn't.
I'm sorry.
Say it.
Don't worry about it. Apple on head. Was it an apple on head thing? Was that
Yeah.
what
Do
it
the
is?
trick.
Okay.
Do the
Okay.
trick.
I'm gonna. Ninkasi, can you get me out of this bag?
Yeah, I open it and then palm her head and pull her out.
Gee, thanks.
Giving her the Kaza treatment.
Completely revived. This is a completely different person now that has emerged from this bag. So does she have
Knives
all
or
of
the
her daggers
caffeine?
with her? Like she has a
Yeah,
bandolier?
you have all your
Okay.
daggers on you.
Like, okay, kid. All
Okay.
right, you listening?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to go stand next to that tree over there. You see that tree over there?
Yeah.
It's got no branches hanging down. There's nothing but space between you and me. All right? Oh wait, hold on. She ruffles in her bag and pulls out a tangerine and throws it. I need you to put that on your head, okay?
Okay.
It's like a little one. It's like a baby tangerine.
Like a satsuma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a mandarin orange.
A little mandarin orange. Okay.
Are you ready?
So she puts it on her head, runs over, it falls off, she goes back, picks it up, and does it again, this time holding it, running back over to the tree, and she's like, I got it. Do I keep holding it?
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
I need you to when I say move, I need you to move your hands away, okay?
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guidance.
Really takes the
Yeah,
knife out
I
of her
use
bandolier and then stands on the palms of her hands and puts the knife in her feet. Okay, are you ready, kid?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so now?
And her one of her feet just flicks and the knife goes towards the child, hurtling towards the child.
Okay, make an attack roll. I would give you advantage, but you're using your feet.
I'm using my feet.
So this is a regular roll. Regular roll with a d4 added.
All right. It's okay. I can do this. Oh wait, I hit the wrong. I'm sorry.
As soon as
hit my
Curly's
damage
about
instead.
to throw, Leo launch into Sog as well and give her inspiration, but I'll say, Curly with a marksman's aim, daggers fly and children scream, but Curly's not the one to blame. She'll find another for her team. And cast bardic inspiration on Curly.
Oh shit!
I maybe needed.
Yes!
18 to hit. Yeah, that dagger. You flick it off of like your toes, and it just goes, and then the mandarin just into the tree, and this little herring gun, which you realize is definitely has to be like very much an adolescent, is like, yay! That was amazing!
Claps with her feet. Yeah, hell yeah! All right, kid. You were so close to death. I don't think you realize how close to death you actually
That's
were.
the first
I-
time they've ever done that.
I have never
That's
had
crazy.
more fun. This is incredible.
Kiddo, we gotta go. I'm so sorry. I can't stick around. I don't even
Wait,
know
wait,
what the.
wait. Can I come with you?
Absolutely not. Now you will die during one of these trips. I'm telling you, kiddo. Like I botch at least 1 out of 5. That's a lot of dead kids.
You were like perfect last night. You didn't hit Agden once.
Are you sure? Agden?
Yeah,
Wait.
remember when we had him like up against the wall and you were like, let me show you this, and you were like flinging him, like not even looking? I swear it was incredible. Like you just missed every time on purpose. It was
The kid's
amazing.
brandishing a knife and Curly gets nervous and takes it out of her hand while she's talking with it. Ow!
Oh, yeah, no, that's yours. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, I have an actual knife here. Don't worry,
Terrifying.
it's ceramic.
Don't worry, it's so
that doesn't change anything for me. Anyways, yeah, this little herrington's just like, okay, all right, I guess I'll just stay here with the rest of them. But it was really nice meeting you. You're really cool.
What was your name?
Adra.
Adra.
Adra,
Okay,
yeah.
Nice to meet. I wish I could remember last night better, but I'm happy I didn't kill you just now. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, yeah, I didn't doubt it at all. I am totally gonna get to tell this story for so many years. Oh,
No maternal instincts whatsoever.
Silvery's gonna love this, and she like runs off and just.
All right, I admit that was cute, but I felt nothing. Okay, even if I had murdered that child, I would have felt nothing. You put me back in the bag. I'm tired.
That was a lot of emotional energy.
Basketball palm back in the bag.
Yeah.
I imagine Curly, you know those like super like you know those people who do like in the fairs like that run like the dart and the balloons and they're always just so pissed. Right?
Yep.
Like everyone come
All
in
right,
here. That's what I feel Curly is like at the carnival.
Throw a dart at a fucking balloon.
Just really quick, there's an amusement park called Lagoon here, and this lady was doing a basketball game, and every time it was their final shot, she'd say, "Okay, and now here's the." And we were like, "Lady, do you know what you're talking about?" Anyway, there are no money shots here. Let's continue on.
Well, we just met
that
Adra.
dude.
Sir Talavar, are you packed up?
Of course, I carry everything I need with me in my trusty pack right here. And he pats like what appears to be like a tiny, tiny fanny pack that you hadn't noticed until now.
She's got a tiny fanny pack.
No shot.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
You are
believe it.
making this very difficult for me.
In
Sir
what way?
Talavar?
Coin purse on a belt.
It's okay.
I want
Sir
Um,
Talavar is Meg from Family
resist
Guy.
the urge. Resist the urge to bully.
Resisting.
Bully rising.
Focusing. Okay, and that's what
Align
you
your
call
chakras.
growth. Sorry. So we're going to downfall, right?
Yes, we are.
At that, he kind of like his face falls a little bit, and he goes, "That's right. We were heading to downfall.
Why'd you get sad?
That was the place of mine imprisonment. In fact,
Oh, that's right.
Was it frogs? It was frogs,
we
right?
Won't stop
I mean,
them, or we will stop them now.
the Soggy Court pays homage to
Soggy
Bavlorna
Court.
Blightstraw, but I do not believe they themselves are of an evil intent. They simply are, what is the word for it? Cowering before a superior foe.
Soggy Court sound like brothel.
Yeah.
Not at all, not at all, actually. It is not anything as disreputable as that. It is just the name that they give for their...
But it
for their
sounds like a
court, for
brothel.
their- I understand. I don't think that
Yeah.
distinction will take for them. They are not exactly inclined to have a sense of humor. You see, they are very interested in courtly intrigue. From what I
Well,
gather.
Orderly intrigue.
Boring.
All right, well,
Yes.
you run point on this, Sir Talavar. It seems like you know the most
do not
about
think it would be very wise for my face to be seen in the presence of them, as I had
Don't you
most
want
recently escaped.
revenge?
Yeah, what about revenge?
No, not at all, not at all. I feel
We've,
nothing
like,
but
all gotten
pity
some
for
revenge.
these poor
It's cool.
creatures. No, it is perfectly all right. In fact,
Why do you not
perhaps
do?
I will hide in the pack as well. For the time being.
No. I think I know it was a long night, wild night, but I think we were starting to discuss some sort of a infiltration plan. Maybe it was the whole deny disguise ourselves as like nobles or something, and we were yeah. The Talavar was going to be our prisoner.
To make you do funny trick to make people look like other people.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I
Yes.
don't wear dresses.
Okay, Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Just from
okay.
Ninkasi's pack. That's
that's valid.
That's
That's a
fine.
valid thing.
Yeah, we make we kind of bring Sir Talavar up, and you're like bound, and we're like, oh, we found this one, and surely we knew that they escaped from here because we found it out because we're so good at what we do, and you three are bodyguard protectors, and we're looking to get a reward and to swear our
right.
fealty to Bavlorna so we can get all nice and close before we stab her. Curly, ready to stab Bavlorna? Just stab.
I have several concerns about this plan.
Gender is a social construct. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That is true. But there's one very large question I need to ask. What are we going to do about our satyr friends who seem intent on rescuing their ally?
I feel like they're gonna find us.
I mean, they
I
are.
feel like that's not our problem.
They're right over there, and he points over, and they're like the satyrs are kind of doing like morning like stretches.
I mean,
and
if
everything.
we like see them on the way, like we'll be like, yo. But I mean,
They can be the car behind ours on the road trip. You know.
yeah.
Satyrs,
What if
do
we
you
get
have a
lost?
plan?
You know. So
well, we thought we were gonna follow you.
see, there.
I mean, you are heading to Downfall, right? That's the only other place we can think of Ansel might have got off
Yep.
to.
We're going downfall.
We're going. Yep.
We're going
Right.
down.
What is the
Yeah.
plan when we get there? Because those frogs are kind of weird.
Yep, infiltrate, find Bavlorna, take Bavlorna out. For you all,
You wanna
How-
deal with okay? That's a little up beyond our pay grade, to be completely honest.
Okay.
well, we can be the distraction, right? When we're in, they're going to potentially be focused on us, and you all can sneak in, find Vansel, was it, and just get out.
Yeah, you know what? We'll bring up the rear then, and try to be all sneaky like. Good luck with what you're doing. And he turns and looks back at the rest of his fellows, and there's kind of like a very like look on the face.
We'll be looking the whole time.
The
I
whole
feel like
time.
they think our idea is bad. Is our idea bad? Is that a bad idea?
I mean, I
I
guess
Good idea.
I mean, we just killed that dragon, right?
We did just kill a dragon. Yes.
I feel like everything else after that probably,
Yeah,
it's
I feel
downhill
like
from here.
I feel like just in general in character, we'd all be pretty vibing off of our confidence right now.
We have,
know?
we have only
overconfident.
had good ideas as group.
Perilously overconfident,
Yeah.
one would say.
It's true.
Yeah, I say we just stick with the original plan.
Yeah.
I agree.
If your intent
Yeah,
is to
has worked
free-
out.
is to free the land of Hither by way of violent overthrowing of Bavlorna Blightstraw, I am with you on this, but I must caution that it is a much easier thing said than done, and not well said in close company.
Oh, right. She's
a
got
very
hoes in different
powerful-
area codes.
She is a very, very powerful being, and she has sisters that are, well, shall we say, probably a bit more terrifying than even she is. And if the Legion of the Bullywugs are aligned with her, we may be dealing with more than just one witch.
Do witches come in threes? I feel like that's thematic. I feel like that, this is coming from Ninkasi's pack, by the way.
Yeah,
Like
so
Don't
both,
we just
right?
don't we just
Like
throw water on witch and they go
Yeah.
away? It's not-
Aren't they allergic?
No, you're thinking of something completely different. That is a different
Wendigo?
realm. No, that is a different realm. I believe they call it wars or something like that. No, that is things are different there, not here.
well,
The Waz?
Yes, exactly.
well,
Steve Wozniak?
Yes, it's
Scott.
ruled over by a wonderful wizard, in fact.
Oh, I don't like wizards.
Mm. They
why
can
are
be
they
a bit tricksy.
Hey,
wonderful?
It's just
Sir
what he calls
Talavar,
himself. Yes.
if it's like so dangerous, why don't you just come with us and help us with Bavlorna, huh? Like
Well,
if it's
I
so dangerous.
intend to, but I do not wish to arouse suspicion that you are in
Oh.
fact aligned with me when I have been so much recently
Oh,
imprisoned.
right. We get to tie you up.
Yes, perhaps not too tight. I can cut the bonds if we need to engage in battle.
Oh, I'll cut you.
Bonk.
But
All right, let's go.
Another plan
Right,
going on.
yes.
Okay.
So we're just going to openly
Way.
attack and charge in. That is the plan.
No, we're
No.
We still have to
Deception.
walk there.
Leo.
Yes.
Please explain the plan once more.
All right. I'll explain it very simply. Hauld and myself will be nobles. We found you, Sir Talavar, and we are escorting you back to get a reward, talk to Bavlorna, get a bit of a truce and an allyship or something like that. It's under the rouse of deception. And these three, gesturing to Ninkasi, Kaza, and Curly, are our hired help, our bodyguards, our protectors, the
Mercenary.
strong ones.
Ninkasi, I'm gonna stay in your bag, okay? So let's not tell them because it'll be more fun if they think there's less of us.
Then you just pop out.
Yeah. Well, when
Nice.
the fighting starts.
With
Nice.
knives.
Nice.
With
That's
knives.
also-
With knives.
With
like a
knives.
most terrifying shack in the box. I do believe
Yes,
this has a
that's me.
chance of working out.
There's no way it won't work out. Everything we've done has worked out. This will be, of course, the same. I have no doubt about it.
Well, so far things have certainly worked in our favor, although I do not remember much of the last bout of battle with that horrifying worm. But I have absolute faith in mine companions. And he looks over at you, Hauld, and kind of gives you a look that's like, are you sure?
Yeah. Trust is a
Yes.
big part of companionship, my friend.
Then onward! You all have a boat, if I may remind you.
Yeah.
the
we still-
waterway.
Oh, a skiff.
Yeah. The waterway is that leads out of Brigand's Tollway. There's like a lot of where you've been staying. Obviously, it's this big stump, right? And there are lots and lots of like rickety causeways and things over and around. But the remaining Harengon and the satyrs are able to point in the direction that leads, at least as far as all intent is concerned, towards the settlement of Downfall. So you make your way in the morning. Sort of, it's that like kind of like foggy, a little bit cold, and a little bit even more humid than usual, if you will. It's kind of like not yet warm, but it's like misty surrounding you, so it's kind of hard to see where you're going. But with the guidance of the satyrs who are traveling just behind you, you do seem to be on the right track. I would like everyone to make a survival check, please. Unfortunately, Ninkasi, you auto-fail this.
Oh, right. Yeah. Forgot I have no sense of direction. All right.
14.
Okay. 19, 14. I'll roll for Sir Talavar.
16.
Okay. And I believe we need one more person.
It's coming. It's
coming.
a 13.
13. Okay. Sir Talavar failed and Ninkasi failed, but everybody else passed. So, you all. Gotta make sure I have the right thing on. Excuse me. You all start to make your way out of Brigand's Tollway, finding the waterways that are seeming to be the right space. It's very hard to tell because it is just so ridiculously foggy in front of you in the morning that you are more or less relying on either the inherent sense of direction that a number of you possess, or the kind of occasionally garbled and somewhat contradictory directions of the satyrs. However, by hook or by crook, you do eventually come to a space that seems to be where you are trying to get. So, thick fog hangs heavy in the air, obscuring the area around you so that the world appears to have shrunk about 20 feet in any direction. Before you, the waterway in front of your skiff widens, and the current slows, giving you the impression that you've entered a lake, water being a little bit more still there. Some croaking voices penetrate through the fog, and dark shapes start to appear, resolving into a couple of rowboats. Manning the oars of these boats are two figures that appear to be large humanoid frogs, wearing what looks to be like a nicely rich colored tunic, each of them, one in a dark navy and the other in maroon, but as they get closer you can see that it's very soiled, it's very dirty, and probably still wet, to be honest. It looks rough, but it gives the impression of like this bizarro nobility, and as they approach, you kind of see one of them wave to salute you. Do you answer back?
Yeah, I salute, and I say, "Who goes there?"
Well met. Yes, we're representatives of His Majesty Golub the 19th. We see that you've come into downfall. What can we do for you travelers?
What's your vibe? What are you trying to do?
We serve at the pleasure of the king and the court, but we are here to herald all new arrivals. So,
Oh, well,
your new arrivals.
hello?
Hi.
What's up?
Who are you?
Where's the Soggy Court?
You're that way, but that's not the point. Who are you people? We need to check all new arrivals to make sure that no dastardly, dangerous plans are going to be befallen His Majesty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Of course.
You people.
No dangerous plans here. Our names are Sir Herbert and Sir Liam from Northern Hither. We are here to return this fugitive.
Sir Herbert, Sir
The
Liam?
mighty
All right.
Bavlorna.
Yeah, that one's Liam,
Sir Liam,
and I'm Sir Herbert.
Sir Herbert.
And this is your retinue, or
Or what?
your retinue? Your staff, your house. I
Oh
don't
yes,
recognize.
they can
I don't
introduce themselves. I don't even know their names.
Oh, I mean, of course. Why would you learn the names of the help?
Exactly.
All right, help. Introduce yourselves, as I say, turning back.
Point of order. Where is Sir Talavar right now?
I imagine we have him bound, kind of loosely bound.
Yeah,
to,
I'm about to.
spreading
I'm
along.
about to reveal.
Okay.
I am Burbert.
Right. Okay.
It's a family name.
It's wait, so he's related to you now?
Yeah,
You know what?
he just
never
didn't
mind.
pass his tests. Yeah.
I see.
Yep.
Well, fantastic. I suppose I should be introducing myself as Herald. I'm Sir Croaking Worthington. Welcome to Downfall officially.
Welcome. I mean, thank you.
Yeah, what is your business here, if I may ask? Because I'd be happy to bring you before the king.
Well, we have a surprise. Look at this as I pull up Sir Talavar.
Both Sir Croaking and his the rower is like, you've captured you've captured the wee dragon. It's escaped from us. How did you do that?
Well, first, why were you trying to capture him?
This right here is an enemy of the state.
He's an enemy of our state as well. What did he do to you?
Well, he tried to infiltrate Bavlorna's cottage, and we intercepted him. And well, yeah, he's got now a bit of a nasty bugger. You better watch for that one. He can chew through ropes like none other.
Well, I believe it. I would love to personally speak to Bavlorna and apologize for and personally present her Sir Talavar.
Small problem. I need to lead you before the king first, and then perhaps you can do that.
But they were caught in Bavlorna's jurisdiction. That is the proper way to do things. It needs to go through Bavlorna.
Everything, I understand. Perhaps things are different in Northern Hither, but we have to handle everything through the Soggy Court. Look, King Gullop will know what to do and how you can potentially speak to our overlord, if you will.
I know you're probably really talented and really passionate, but can I speak to your manager?
Kind. You're very kind. Of course, I've been trying to tell you. I'm going to introduce you to His Majesty.
Okay.
If you'll just come with me.
All right, because I feel like you're speaking at me. So.
I'm terribly sorry. Admittedly, I have been working on my heraldry, and it's a bit more announcing as opposed to actually conversing.
Take us to your king, please.
If you have
if you take us to him now, if you take us to him now,
if you can write the feedback on a slip of paper or something, I'm collecting them. I'll take it on board.
Sir,
it's something I'm working on.
Excuse me, sir. If you take us to your king, I will not complain.
But Sir Herbert, a word, if I must.
Sidebar.
Yes? we really, I feel like if we go to the king, they're just going to take Sir Talavar, and we can't get him back.
Okay. All right.
I feel like we need to push for Bavlorna.
Okay.
See her.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Break.
Okay. Got it.
Excuse me.
Sir
Croaking.
Yes. I mean, you both are addressing me. I'm sorry.
Yes.
What can I
And we're
do?
probably both going to talk, and you're going to have to listen very, very carefully.
It's going to be very difficult.
We are noble emissaries from Northern Hither, and we will not be treated to with such disrespect. I understand you could be anybody. You could be leading us astray. We need to take this fugitive back to where we found them, where they originally escaped from, and that is from Bavlorna's hut, her territory, her jurisdiction, and we will not be sent astray.
Astray.
Make a intimidation check, please, with advantage.
Okay.
Let me get us to.
I'm still holding an imaginary Sir Talavar here.
Oh, let's go.
First one. All right, that was 19.
19 on the advantage. Not bad. You go, I mean, I'm not qualified to herald arrivals to
Exactly. You are not qualified, but Bavlorna is the one qualified.
The king can do it.
This is nonsense.
I'm sorry. There's regulations, but he's like kind of like flailing a little bit now.
I'm gonna start just calling Bavlorna's name. Bavlorna, we have Sir Talavar.
Through the fog.
Yeah, Bavlorna, we have Sir Talavar, and only for you.
All right.
And you alone. This is what you wanted, right?
Danger's coming.
Okay. How long do you do this, Hauld?
I do it like twice, like you know, like the penis game until I get shy.
Yeah, there you go.
My God.
Yeah, I've been awake at 6 a.m. at Taco Bell before. I know how that works. Anyways, you have you just kind of start shouting. You go full Karen. And after about 2
My
minutes,
HIPAA.
a few more boats row up with other similarly dressed bullywugs, and they kind of start. They look at all of you. They start croaking over at Sir Croakley, and he responds, "I don't believe any of you speak bullywug."
I have comprehend languages.
You do, but you
Yeah.
have not cast it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay. Well, if you'd like to try and cast it while this is happening, they just—it's a lot. It's a full cacophony right now that just sounds like a lot of like.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to cast it.
I think Leo will step in front of Hauld if Hauld tries to cast and just like get the direction. Just Leo's like going full Karen on this person as well as people are showing up.
Fortunately, they are just very, very busy conversing with one another, and they're not actually noticing anything. And you are all in your own appearance, right? You're not disguised as bullywugs or anything, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So, as you cast the spell, you kind of hear like snippets of the conversation. A lot of it is like, what is this? Who are these strangers? What are they on about? And Sir Croakley is responding like they're nobles from Northern Hither. They don't want to see the king. They want to go straight to Bavlorna. I don't know what to tell them because she doesn't see anyone. But I can't. I don't know what's going on. And after about a moment, he turns back and looks at you with like this very like forced smile, and sees just you, Leo. So Liam, I wish I could do what you wanted. I'm not able to herald the arrival to Bavlorna's cottage, but King Golub is in good communique with her, and I believe if you were to just speak to him at the court, you could get easy access to speak to her as well, and this could all be cleared up. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
As you should be.
I just want to. I've
this?
got a job to do, unfortunately. I'm so sorry.
Can we meet them at the same time?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, that sounds good. You said maybe. That means there's a possibility. And remember, impossible is just for people who give up. So let's go.
Rebel.
Okay. Woo. All right. You get taken. You look back behind you as you are led further into the lake, and it starts the fog starts to part a little bit. You look behind you, and the sailor boat is not there.
Okay.
It has disappeared.
Good enough distraction for them.
We lost them on the highway. Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. So
We got to call them.
You are led through the lake, and as some of the fog kind of parts, you see a number of like clothing lines kind of like extending out from different points of like little islands and places that seem to be all leading to a central point that you pass very close to, and it is a very vertical hut, similar to the picture that you see in the middle over there, with a lot of these like ratty clothes hanging off the lines. The hut itself appears to be made out of like really like moldy thatch, and you pass like kind of just to the right of it, and it almost like smells like rot. It's kind of a little unpleasant, but you pass by it relatively quickly, and you are brought to a little island on which a grand marble gazebo is standing atop a mound of very, very soggy earth. The gazebo's white marble is like just kind of like overgrown with algae. And there are support pillars very sunk unevenly into the muck to give this almost like mock impression of royalty. It seems like almost like a ruin. But there are a number of like short steps that are ringing the gazebo leading up to this like raised floor where a bunch of bullywugs that are dressed in very regal looking attire, if you will, milling about.
Mm-hmm.
And in the center of them, on a chair, on almost like a dais, reading a book, a very large leather tome, and kind of like flipping through it, apparently like uninterested, is a larger and somewhat flabby looking one that's wearing like kind of a crown of like flowers, and sort of like seated with a very, very small looking crocodile with a like ruff around its neck and just kind of like petting it. As you arrive, the bullywug that had led you there, Sir Croaking, goes, announcing Sir Herbert and Sir Liam of Northern Hither to His Majesty King Golub the 19th. And the large bullywug in the middle shuts the book very quickly and looks at all of you and goes, so, we have visitors, everyone. Places. And all of the other bullywugs kind of like stop milling about and start like adjusting the ruffs and like straightening out their tunics and things and kind of like looking a little bit more at attention than they were previously. One of them has like a monocle that's like cracked and just sort of like it kind of glances at all of you. So, Sir Liam, Sir Herbert of Northern Hither, welcome to the court of myself, King Golub the 19th. I
would say it is a pleasure to be here, but quite frankly, we have been already quite dealt with inappropriately.
I see. Are you saying that my herald is not appropriate for announcing visitors such as yourselves? I confess I've never heard of a Sir Herbert or a Sir Liam, or even of Northern Hither, to be honest. I thought we were northernmost.
You are not. That is... they don't even know, Sir Herbert. They don't
even know Sir Liam.
Nevertheless,
Continue.
I'm very happy to receive honored guests, honored visitors. What brings you to our swamp?
I just look up Sir Talavar and just point at him. And I said, we got something for Bavlorna.
I see. He sits back and kind of does this with his very chinless face. That is a escaped prisoner that we would be very happy to receive from you if you are interested in a trade.
Liam?
What kind of trade would you be proposing then?
Well, whatever it is that you would like, that is in my power to grant, I'd be very happy to do it, and you would go with the friendship of the Soggy Court, of course.
Well, that is something that we did come here trying to seek, the friendship of the Soggy Court, so it is good that you also share the same goals. However, this trade, you will not have the upper hand in it. We will get our fair due. I'll make that clear.
Of course, I would not expect anything less of Northern Hither nobles, even if I have not heard of you.
We don't need to keep going back there.
Well, I wouldn't see why you'd want to return. I don't really know what's off the edge of the map. I personally thought you'd just fall off the edge. I'm surprised, and I'm pleased to find out that's not the case. But you learn things new every day, don't you? And
it does not. Expand your horizons.
All of the other bullywugs just start laughing alongside it. It's a lot of like croaking, like.
Yeah. Let's get down to brass tacks.
Yes, let's do that. First matter of business, what is the trade you are proposing? And we will counter-propose right after.
What is it that you want?
To have an audience with Bavlorna. Some of the matters involving this escaped fugitive.
Right.
Some of the matters personal.
He had reopened the book and he like shuts it for emphasis and goes, on one condition. You return this particular book to her, as it has recently come into my possession and I understand she would like it back.
That can be done, I suppose, right, Sir Herbert?
Yeah, it sounds like a fair deal.
Perfectly happy to arrange the meeting then, and we will take the wee dragon off
we're gonna
your hands.
keep him.
Nope,
we're
gonna this is where the counter-proposal comes in?
No, well, Bavlorna needs to see him. We did it for Bavlorna. Do you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
In due time, we'll be presenting him to Our Lady, yes, but we do need to make sure he's under lock and key. That bit of rope you've got around him is not sufficient to restrain such a creature for very long. He's quite the
Are
crafty
you undermining
sort.
our
Are
capabilities?
you questioning our abilities?
In fact, I am. I'm surprised that you've made it as far as you have without him, but that is that's perfectly all right. As is my
Sir
right as king,
Herbert.
of course.
Liam,
Sir Herbert, there were offenses that were given, but this one might be too great, Sir Herbert. Please
I am
hold me
offended.
back.
Sidebar.
As
Beg
as
your
he says
pardon,
this,
are you
as he says
challenging-
this,
are you challenging the
Kaza's
honor
gonna
of the
put his
Soggy Court?
shoulders on.
Ninkasi's holding him back.
Kaza,
as well.
Kaza puts his shoulders on Liam.
Okay,
Puts
okay.
his
I
hands
come
on
back
Liam's shoulders, rather.
and I go, all right. I have an idea. I will help you find Bavlorna if you let us keep Sir Talavar.
I don't need any help finding her. I know exactly where she
You
is.
haven't seen her in months. How do you know she's in there?
I've seen her more frequently than that, and she doesn't leave home very often, so I would be making
Well, then
the
let's
arrangements.
Let's go there.
By all
You've
means,
literally
you can
spoken
go.
a solution.
If you'd like to just visit by yourself, you're more than welcome to, but just be warned, you might get vaporized on your way in. She doesn't like unannounced visitors, Bavlorna.
Well, that's why you
Then-
have a herald.
Announce us then.
And we won't be
It's-
announcing you unless you're going to be making a deal with us. Only members of the Soggy Court are allowed an audience with Bavlorna.
Well, as
need to join.
noble society from the north, I am offended by the fact that you would speak to us like this. We have a whole group of people who work for us, right? And you don't. As I ignore the frogs around us.
The little like air sac on his neck starts to fill up a little bit and then compresses down. And he goes, that's just maybe in northern Hither, but here in the Soggy Court, I'm afraid we have a different set of customs and rules, and you're going to have to abide by them if you'd like to get anything done. Now, I have tolerated your slights and your, frankly, insufficient manners for now, but seeing as how you come as friends, and I do not wish to have any of this end in anything uncouth, I'll give you another chance to make a counter-offer that can be beneficial for all of the Soggy Court, and see you all to your destination and your audience with Bavlorna Blightstraw, but I'm afraid I cannot permit you to just simply enter on your own if you would even survive such a thing in the first place.
Understood. Might we confer for a moment then?
Please, by all means, if you need to, there is a private chamber over to your right, and he motions, and there's kind of a hut half falling into the water.
We shall utilize that. Thank you. And Leo stomps off towards the private chambers.
I follow, mimicking his movement exactly.
I think that is a good place for us to take a wee break as we ponder what sort of new developments are going on. We'll be
I
right
like
back.
that the frogs are Scottish. By the way.
I like the
I do
good
have a
Sean
few
Connery.
accents. All right, everybody, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. I'll see you then.